Hello everyone and welcome to the Gooner Factory. So today we'll be talking about a couple of returns from injury with reports coming out that these two players will be back available for the Liverpool game. But also there's a lot of links coming out that Dominic Solanke could be getting a move to Arsenal. I'll tell you why this is a terrible idea. So let's get into it. So we're going to get straight into this injury boost story because it's being reported that a couple of players are going to be back available for the Liverpool game and they are central midfielders. But unfortunately, it's not the name we've all been waiting for. Thomas Partey is still not due to be back until probably mid-January. But the two players who are said to be available again for the Liverpool game will be Mohamed Elneny and Jorginho. Now, with Elneny, we originally got told that the expected return date will probably be about 4 or 5 weeks' time. But after they've assessed him and had a look at him, they've actually deemed him to be ready for the Liverpool game. Now, that is good news because Elneny, he's probably not going to get into the starting 11, but to have that option to bring off the bench, it's always better to have than to not have. So I'm sure Arteta will be happy with that. Jorginho, he's probably more likely to get into the starting 11. I still don't think he will. I still think he's going to go with a midfield three of Declan Rice, Havertz and Odegaard, and there's no reason to think that he won't. I mean, that's the midfield three that he seems most comfortable playing. He's probably played that midfield three more than any other. But to have players in your squad return from injury is always a boost. So no matter if they're in the starting 11 or not, I'm sure Arteta will be more than happy that these guys are back. And that leads us into this Dominic Solanke story. And there's loads of reports coming out recently that Arsenal are going to make their move in maybe January, but probably the summer. And I'm looking at this deal and I'm thinking, please, no. This is the last deal I want to happen. I would genuinely cry if Arsenal pulled a trigger on this Dominic Solanke deal. If Dominic Solanke is the answer, I'm not sure I even know what the question is. This would be a terrible move for Arsenal. Dominic Solanke, I'm sure, is a good player for Bournemouth. But I thought the whole reason we was going for a new striker is because we still need that final piece to the puzzle. Dominic Solanke would never be that. This isn't the kind of player who's going to strike fear in the heart of Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp. This isn't the player who's going to be the real difference maker in the Champions League. So if we're going to be spending a fortune on a striker, the last person I would pick out, I mean, literally, if I said to you, make a list of 20 strikers that Arsenal can bring in, Dominic Solanke wouldn't be on your list. He wouldn't be on my list, and I hope he's not on Arteta's list. And I saw one of the reports saying this could transform Arsenal's tack. And I'm like, I bet it could. It can make us worse. Transform us backwards. This is not a deal I'm interested in whatsoever. I mean, I've been hesitant on the Ivan Toney deal, but in terms of if it was between Ivan Toney or Dominic Solanke, I would go and pick up Ivan Toney myself and drive him to London Colney. I would pick him up and drive him there straight away. I'll even buy him lunch. I'll grab him a Tesco meal deal on the way. No problem at all. As long as we don't go near Dominic Solanke. I hope these reports end and it's just paper talk, but we'll have to keep an eye on that for sure. Look, and I would never want to come across as someone who's doubting Arteta or who wouldn't get behind a new signing. But we're all entitled to our own opinion. And in mine, we shouldn't be going anywhere near this deal. If we really want to catapult to that next level, we should be looking at the top guys. Victor Osimhen, maybe Ivan Toney in some people's opinions. But for me, Dominic Solanke is just not that guy. But let me know your thoughts. Is this a player you would be interested in seeing at the Emirates? But now we're just on countdown till Saturday, really. We obviously got to see a little bit of football yesterday. Liverpool play West Ham in the Cup and they won 5-1. But I don't think we can really take too much from that performance. If you saw the team, there wasn't any first-team players in there. It was all the kids, all the younger players playing against the West Ham team that was not really their first team either. So there's not a lot you can really take in terms of how they're going to structure themselves or how we can expect them to play. But the only thing we can take is Jurgen Klopp after the game coming out and basically moaning at the Anfield crowd, saying that they need to be more active, they need to be louder, and he really needs them in this Arsenal game. And that's something we spoke about on the channel yesterday. You know, this Anfield crowd, this last couple of games, just doesn't seem to be the normal, fierce, ferocious Anfield crowd that we're so used to seeing. And for Jurgen Klopp to come out and basically beg them to be louder on Saturday just shows how much appreciation or respect he has for Arteta and this Arsenal team. So I'm just looking here at the games on the weekend and I'm just trying to see if there's any games that our title rivals or people in and around us might slip up on. So today we've got Crystal Palace versus Brighton. I'm sure that will be a good game, but it doesn't really directly impact us. Aston Villa versus Sheffield United on Friday. Aston Villa at home. You would expect them to breeze past that one fairly comfortably. And then Saturday we got West Ham versus Man United. West Ham at home, that's the early kickoff as well. So that'll be interesting to see how Man United get on in that game. They obviously drew with Liverpool last time out, but they've been terrible before that. Absolute chaos around Erik ten Hag. So if he loses that one, I'm sure the circus will continue. So I look forward to that. Man City Brentford, that one's been postponed because of the Club World Cup. Tottenham versus Everton. Of course, Liverpool versus Arsenal, the 5:30 kickoff. And then Sunday, you got Wolves versus Chelsea. So there's some interesting games there. Obviously, the pick of the weekend is undoubtedly Arsenal versus Liverpool, but there's some other interesting ones there to look forward to. But let me know your thoughts on everything you've heard in this video. What do you think the score is going to be against Liverpool? What do you think about this Dominic Solanke deal? What are you feeling about the game on the weekend? Thanks to everyone for watching and listening. As usual, if you could, just quick before you go, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.